Now we are going to understand a concept that was given in 1958 by the famous biologist F.H.C. Crick. Now I would remind you, this Crick is the same person who has given us the three-dimensional double helix structure of DNA. So he was a famous biologist. He had dedicated his entire life in studying what genes are all about. He arrived at an understanding, and that was termed as central dogma concept. Now you know this word, what dogma means. Dogma in English means a set of beliefs that are to be believed, okay, and that cannot be questioned. Now why is it called a dogma? Because basically entire molecular biology's crux lies in whatever is proposed in this concept. Now how it is having such grave importance in molecular biology that deals with genetic information and genes? Because ultimately it is by this concept that entire genetic information is going to process itself and express itself and pass on further. So what this central dogma is all about, it is central, of course, on this understanding, and after understanding this we get to know how the DNA or the genetic material is performing whatever it is responsible for. So what the central dogma is, it is that the DNA is going to express itself in terms of the proteins that it forms, but for formation of those proteins it has to take the help of RNA, which is another type of nucleic acid that is formed by the process of transcription. So the DNA takes the help of process of transcription to form RNA, which in turn is responsible for formation of proteins with the help of another process that is known as translation. Okay, this is central dogma of molecular biology. Now everything lies within this particular statement, and you know, to forget that how this DNA would be formed, it is formed itself by the process of replication. So what has been proposed in the central dogma concept is that the entire process of DNA expressing itself inside a living cell is taking place through this process, this particular arrangement. As you can see, it is unidirectional as proposed by the person F.H.C. Crick, that the process is unidirectional, where DNA forms another DNA by the process of replication, then it depends on few enzymes which enable the process of transcription for the formation of RNA. Whatever information has been taken from DNA in the process of transcription would be further translated to form the proteins, and those proteins would be actually functioning inside your body for expression of a certain gene. If you have to present it otherwise, DNA is what? It is nothing but a gene, and a gene has to express itself in the form of proteins. Now supposedly I talk about your eye color. That eye color is because of certain proteins that are being formed inside your eye, and that is because a gene is present in your DNA or genome that is responsible for formation of that particular protein which has been inherited from the parents. So the gene first transcripts itself in the form of RNA, that RNA translates itself in the form of proteins, and this unidirectional flow is known as central dogma. Now why dogma? Because you cannot question it. If you have to question it, you have to you know, dedicate lot many hours in understanding if something would be proposed. Until now, without any question, we haven't questioned this particular unidirectional flow that has been proposed till now. No one has been able to put a question that it does not happen this way. It does happen this way, and there was a discovery later on that it is not always unidirectional. In certain cases it is opposite as well. It is reverse to what we have written over here. Now what is that? Watch the next lesson for it. Thank you.